As far as the machine and AI portion, I'd say probably 20, 25 minutes,
Wow.
Amazing.
right?
So could you say that people who are typically sending this stuff to collateral companies to check, attorneys to check, are they still needing to do that? Or is that something that they just need to do now, and you, as you grow, you won't have to? Or are you telling
No,
people still to do that?
I'm not here to replace attorney or attorney opinion. No. We don't provide legal opinion, right? So that's the disclosure. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're buying a note in New York and you don't know what anti-angle law is that was signed by a governor at the end of the year, which really makes your note unenforceable. Attorney would know it. An attorney would know how to check, what to check from the perspective of prior foreclosure action, affirmation agreements, releases, and so on. You don't. Attorney does. We're not the attorneys. We're not going to assume the liability or interpretation of the documents, right? We provide the data and the data points. And I think in different states that there's different things that you need to know. We don't. We provide the data, right? So we analyze the documents. We analyze the standard compliance, which is, I guess, federal and state compliance. We analyze the title data. We're experts in it, right? To interpret the data, if you're not an expert investor, then you probably need a attorney review.
That's awesome.
Then we can take that report that we get back, and I would probably still send it with the original collateral file over to the attorney, but with that report attached saying, we've already gone through it. Here's the summary. Is there anything we need to look out for? Is there any, weird gotchas in here that we're not prepared for?
Exactly. It's not only you send the original collateral, we bookmark it for you automatically.
Right.
So that's a part of the machine process where once you index the file, we return the bookmarked file in the PDF bookmark to you and to the attorney. And we create the exception report, which you can send to not only to your attorney to review, but to the seller.
Yeah.
And say, can you comment on all of those exceptions that one diligence pulled up, and therefore maybe their attorney will look at it and comments on your exceptions by saving you some dollars, right, to go to your attorney.
So Alex, we're coming to the close of the hour, so we'll make sure we give enough time for everyone. I think for a lot of people, this is up here, just below over their head. But what they're going to find out shortly is that this is going to save them time, energy, be able to respond to sellers quicker, and be able to just analyze things without guessing at things, which is a really difficult thing that people do regularly, is they guess of what they think it is. And when they're a new investor, guessing is a real dangerous thing to do. What do you say to those investors who are getting into this space, and what should they expect and do with the information versus, because too many people rely on easiness, right? Should they be diving in and learning a little bit more about this stuff before using this, or should they dive into it and learn it afterwards?
That's a tough question. So I always say that, I'm in the same spot, by the way. I'm the investor myself in non-real estate related things that I have no idea what to do, how to do, what to look for, how to run diligence. And I rely on somebody with expertise to say, hey, I'll give you an example. I invested in oil and gas funds or fracking wells. And so I've never dealt with it, but sounded logical, right? And somebody guided me through that investment. Same as, buying notes or seller-finance notes. If you have money and you say, hey, I want to invest here without knowledge, that's a little bit dangerous, right? So I would follow advice from David and Nathan on what to do, how to do, and go through the waterfall approach. Otherwise, you're going to lose money. Yeah, that's my advice to you, to the investor. Be careful. a selfless plug is, which I don't make any money on. It's out there in Amazon. Buy a book from that I put together for the title, and that at least gives you a basic understanding on how to read the title reports. That's part one. I don't have any book on diligence or doc prep, so I'm too lazy to write it. It just I don't have any time. Maybe I need to hire a ghostwriter. But yeah, but in essence, you really have to get education, right? So actually, on compliance, there's a few free courses I think that are being offered by our governments. So that I've seen by MBA. I've seen if you're a registered member of Mortgage Banker Association, they offer some free courses from the investment perspective on credit and compliance or doc prep and things like that. So get education or get together with somebody who knows the business. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough time for the a new investor.
That's awesome. So I did want to pop in before we disconnect, and Nathan asks his question. We're getting top of the hour here. Want to remind everyone that we actually are for DME videos. We've recorded them. Unfortunately, Alex was not there. However, I would encourage you guys, if you're looking for additional trainings, understanding, and everything else, we do have the recordings of both days at the DME, the no conference that happened early in June. I just put a link in the comment section, LinkedIn and Facebook. I'll put it into the YouTube channel as well. Please go ahead and click on that. Take a look at it. You can purchase both days, and you'll see all the recordings with speakers and whatnot. So yeah. I'll let Nathan Alex, our famous last question.
Yeah, what do you see on the horizon, Alex? Like, you've been doing this a while now, and you've got a unique perspective on where things have been and where they're going, because you're looking at really the past. And so what do you see coming up in our future? Are we looking at what's your housing projection?
Housing, well, I can
or whatever.
Let's see. So this is not my projection. It's more from Mortgage Banker Association. I think David Franconi is the data scientist for MBA, and I attended Texas Mortgage Banker Conference, where he predicted that all the COVID money and all the PPP money and all the government supported money that was given out in the past couple of years, for 50% of folks will run out by September. Mm-hmm. So he shows on the curve that after September, homeowners that are really in trouble, in distress, will probably be forced to sell, right? Or they will get into distress. Mm-hmm. In fact, it's the banking crisis was avoided by Fed Now policy, where all the banks that tapped into $8 billion worth of lifeline to save themselves sort of recovered from being retaken by FDIC. However, it doesn't solve their problems, right? If the rates will stay low, if the rates will stay high, they're still in trouble, and I don't know how much they can borrow. So commercial real estate loans that were originated by those smaller banks, those loans will drive those banks down, and I don't know if they'll survive. So it's yet to be seen. I feel that a lot of things will be unpacked towards the end of the year, Q3, Q4, and you'll see a pickup of foreclosures in distressed market after September, as far as the number of filings. So that's what I see going in the future by looking at the data from MBA, by talking to my colleagues and funds that really have a lot of dry powder in the market right now. Billions of dollars are waiting to be invested in distressed assets, and they're waiting for the right time. So if you are a new investor and you're getting into this market, I think it's the right time, right? You get educated, you try one or two loans.
Yeah.
Third and fourth quarter is that time where we really be looking to what we should expect
And we actually had the NBA come to DME, or let me phrase that. Nathan had the NBA come to DME and was one of the open speakers and shared some of the charts you talked about. And it was shocking.
Yeah.
Not what I expected.
Fascinating information. She shared some really great stuff. Yeah, I think this is a great time to get in. It's never really a wrong time to get in, but this is a great time to get in because there's more coming.
Yeah. So, we want to respect your time, man. I will disconnect from the live feed. We'll do a quick close up on the outside, and appreciate everyone tuning in. And we will see everyone in 2 weeks. We'll be talking about partials and collateral assignments and pledging notes with an attorney. So look forward to see everyone soon. Alex, once again, thank you for joining us this week.
Yeah.
Thanks,
thank you.
guys. Great time.
All right.